because you are not just the main character of your life, you are also the director, and you can direct everything. This is gonna make you feel so good, and anyone who says that romanticizing is silly, I have literally structured this out for you guys. Welcome to Waves Unleashed, and I'm about to unleash some waves on you. I'm so excited to unleash these waves. Hello, my little angels. Yes, I'm so excited to make this video. I've been meaning to make this video, and now we're finally sitting down, and it's October. It's autumn. We got the little ghost pillow, everything, but I have already set up a plan. I was already doing all this stuff already, so I'm ready to drop this on you guys who maybe are only now getting into the autumn vibe and mindset. So we're going to break this down. This is a step-by-step guide. Now, everything that I'm going to talk about in this video, you can download. If you click the link, which will be in the description of this video, you will be able to download the free Autumn Girl guide to romanticize the season, and it's free. It's completely free. Some people might find it silly, they might say it's cringe. Realistically, we only care about being better than we were yesterday and making the most of our lives, and if that means romanticizing and someone else thinks that's silly, that's on them. But anyway, download the free guide and let's get into the video. I've got a little cup of cinnamon apple tea. This is literally already getting me in the mood, and I'm tired, guys. I'm tired, but I don't care because I really want to share this information with you. Anyone who says that romanticizing is silly, they don't understand what it could do for your mental health. Just looking at life in a more exciting way, planning things out, and actually finding the beauty in the small things. Autumn is a time to really embrace that because there's so many things that you can do during autumn. The first thing that you want to do within your Autumn Girl guide, you want to create a Pinterest board of the vibe that you want for autumn, for fall, whatever you call it, autumn, fall. I've been calling it fall even though I'm from the UK and it sounds silly and my boyfriend makes fun of me. I don't care, it's fall. So I made a Pinterest board. You can literally do this for free. Just download Pinterest, put together images. Now it might feel silly at first, but you're going to get very inspired. This is just about the vibes that you want for the season. How do you want to feel, and what kind of like scenes do you want? Like this girl said that I came across recently, she literally said that you need to be the director of your life, not just the main character. So start mapping out scenes of how you want your days to look throughout the season. So I've got different things, like as you can see, we've got like nights in, sitting in front of the TV, and I've already recreated some of these, like the vibe, the way I've decorated my room, the way I've sat and had like a little drink while watching something and romanticized it, the way I've gone on the little Autumn Girl walks, just in general, like even romanticizing studying. Sorry about my ring light, but you guys get the gist. As you can see, you can do a lot when it comes to thinking about what kind of vibes you want for the season, how you want your days to look. Now when you're doing this, spend an evening and romanticize the process of actually making this board. Put some music on, romanticize it, sit down. Another thing that you can actually do is you can print out the pictures and make an actual physical board that you have up. For me, I like to do this. I will show you one of my mood boards just to give you an example. So this is one of my mood boards, and it has words on it and just things that I want to achieve and pictures of how I want my life to be in general. This is one I made quite recently. I actually filmed myself making it and I put it on YouTube recently. I think it was the one where I was getting out of a rut. I do go on Pinterest every single day, so if you're using Pinterest all the time, you can go back and look at it and just refer to it and see what kind of vibes you want to create. Like something as small as this is already inspiration, and a lot of the time we need visual cues to remember what kind of things we want in our life. All the people that are successful, they have a vision of what they want things to look like, and a lot of us are visual learners, so you want to have things that you can look at and bring to fruition. So it's the same with your goals, but it's also the same with romanticizing your life. Why not have it as something that you can look at, pictures, just visual cues that you can remember, okay, this is what I want, this is what I want to recreate right now. And it's not silly. Don't let anyone tell you it's silly. It's bringing things into fruition. So make the mood board. Make the mood board. Okay, so following on from the point of making a mood board, I want you to now make another mood board which is just in line with how you want to be dressing. Have some inspiration. Now when I tell you this is such a game changer, just in general, making Pinterest boards of the kind of outfits that you want to be wearing will actually save you time and save you money, and it will make you feel so much more confident on the days that you are going to things in day-to-day life. If you wake up and you're like, okay, let me look at my Pinterest board. Oh, there's an outfit that I like. Oh, what can I recreate with? A lot of the time when I save things to my Pinterest boards, I save things with the idea that I already have stuff in mind that I can recreate with that. There are so many outfits I never would have put together. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I never used to really like look at fashion like that. Listen, I wouldn't have even worn my hair like this, and I think it's cute, and with my little outfit today, it adds a little something, and that was just inspiration from a Pinterest board. And it sounds so silly, but it makes you feel more confident, makes you want to get out of the house more, makes you want to romanticize more, and it feeds into other areas of romanticizing your life. So create a little mood board. I've sectioned mine out into literal sections, which might seem silly and very type A, but honestly, we love it. We love the planning. It makes you feel so good, and it's actually fun. Like I actually enjoy just going on the Pinterest app, scrolling and adding things to this board in the different sections. I have like 4 sections. I have cozy outfits when I'm at home and I can refer to it. Not every time, but sometimes I might just want to look a bit cuter to romanticize. Then we've got the boots looks, flats looks, trainers, Uggs, boot looks. I know that this sounds so silly, but honestly, just having something that you can refer to like this will make you feel better and it will save your money. I have not been buying as many clothes. Usually last year I was buying all these brown clothes thinking, oh yeah, autumn. I ordered things that I barely wear now, and now I put together outfits in the day with things that I already have in my wardrobe I never think to wear just because I'm referring to a Pinterest board. This is a game changer just in general in day-to-day life. Have a mood board for the different seasons. It sounds very intricate and silly, but it's very easy and it will save you so much time. So do that and it will make you feel so good. This will pour into so many other areas of romanticizing the season. Okay, next up is the playlist. Now, I know that a lot of us just have playlists anyway in general. Like, we make playlists all the time. Me, sometimes I get quite lazy with it, where I'll just be chucking random songs into one playlist that I made like a few months ago, and then I've just got a bunch of songs. But if you really want to romanticize, it's worth putting a vibe to the seasons. It's the same way with smell, for example. Is there one smell that you've ever smelled, like a perfume or just something, maybe a body lotion that you wore a few years ago, or maybe it's just like the makeup that you used to wear when you were in high school, something you come across a smell and one day you smell it again, and the memories, it just is very much nostalgic. It brings something back. Now, this is the same way with music. This is also part of our memory. When we hear things, there's the music that you used to listen to when you were a teenager, and now when you hear it, it kind of takes you back. Or maybe that song that you listened to when you had your heart broken, it takes you back. All of it is part of our memory. So you want to have a playlist that you can tap into in the future and really tap into nostalgia of this time. And right now you're romanticizing this time, which will one day be something that you can have nostalgia around. Like, isn't that such a beautiful thing? This is why I love romanticizing, because I just think there's so much you can do with just the little things that you add into your life, so much as a playlist. Now, you might think it's a lot, it's time consuming. Just go through your current playlist and just think, maybe this is the vibe that I want, and add it to a new playlist, and then just create one playlist of songs within the kind of vibe that you want. For me, for autumn, I like some dark songs, not too dark, bassy. I like a little bit of The Neighborhood. I like some like gloomy vibes. I like also the old classics, you know, like Kiss Me, the songs that they would play in Gilmore Girls and things like that. Like, just having a variety of kind of like a general vibe of how I want to be feeling. Now I'm walking down the street and I'm listening to certain songs, the ones that you can just listen to when you're walking down the street and you can be like, oh, I remember when I was feeling this kind of vibe and I really created this energy into my life and this was the music that I was listening to. So music is very nostalgic. Don't underestimate it. This is my playlist. It's called Fall Mix. Just very much a mix of how I want to feel. Okay, next, you want to look for 3 paid social events. Now, the reason that I've done 3 is the idea that you have 3 events. Now, you can have more if you want, but this is just budget friendly. You have 3 events that are kind of the foundation of, you know, things that you can look forward to within the month. 3 minimum. I've written examples here which are on the plan, and this includes things like pumpkin picking, a spooky event like a haunted house, a dress up event, or a group event, something like that. So you can just really vary the type of things you're doing. Maybe you're doing one thing in a group, maybe you're attending one party, maybe you're going out pumpkin picking with your boyfriend or your best friend, or maybe you're going on a little weekend getaway, which is something I'm doing with my boyfriend, driving somewhere, staying there for the weekend. These are just the little events that I've planned. Now, I've planned a few more than 3. Originally, I was like, okay, I need to do 3. So I did one group event. Now I've already got another one where me and my boyfriend went and we did this like evening where you like roast marshmallows. We're going pumpkin picking, and then we're going on our little staycation. And then we have like 2 cinema dates booked already in advance at some cinema that's only doing scary movies. So that's fun, and that already gives me stuff to look forward to. Now, I think in total that was probably like 5 or 6 things that I've booked. But for you, even just having 3, I know when I already had 3 things booked, I was already feeling excited. That made me want to book more, but that was already enough for me, because around that I have other things which I will go into detail in the next point about how you can romanticize without spending any money. So it's kind of like you're building the pillars. So you have the foundation pillars of the 3 events, and then everything else is kind of like a little cherry on top, and it really adds to it because it's filler in between the pillars, and then it makes it even more exciting. It really adds to the process. So I'm telling you, plan 3 social events. You will not regret it. You don't even have to spend that much money. I know pumpkin picking is not that expensive. Go to a haunted house with a group of friends. I did that last year. That was quite fun. You could go to like a fright night, Thought Park sort of thing, or wherever, what country you're in, go to a theme park. Anything. Just plan 3 events and then plan around it with things that are more budget friendly, which is the next point that I'm going to get into. Okay, so the first part of the more budget friendly options is plan a list of locations within your area or in your city, you know, wherever you can go, however far you can go. For me, I'm in London, so I can go around London to different locations on walks. Now, I've already planned a bunch of places. I put some recommendations in the guide if you are in London, but in general, you can go to so many places. You could go to a garden center. I went to one with my boyfriend the other weekend. You could go to a forest nearby. You could go to a local park or a very, you know, popular park that people go to. Get the subway, get the train, however you get there, get the bus, walk there if it's close enough to you, and have a list of places that you want to go. And then within your calendar, just have a few days that you say, okay, I'm going to go there that day. I'm going to get the train there that day. I'm going to go there. And when you go there, you could stop and get yourself a little hot chocolate or like a little coffee, whatever you want, a little tea, and romanticize the process. Have your little drink, go for your little walk, and it will make you feel so good, especially if you do the other things like put yourself together in a little cute outfit. That's just the cherry on top. You're having days where you're not even spending any money and you're now just feeling like, oh, I'm romanticizing. This is so good for your mental health. I'm telling you now. Make a list of locations and then plan dates that you want to go to these places, and you will not regret it, I'm telling you. Okay, the next part of the budget-friendly romanticizing is actually planning things that you can actually do. Now, some of these might cost a little bit, but really not that much. The same with, you know, when you're going on walks, you might buy a hot chocolate, but realistically, you can also go on these walks without spending any money. So I've put some examples of things that you can do in the plan, in the guide, so you can refer back to it. But just to name a few, we've got, you know, reading a book outside, get yourself a hot chocolate, go to a bookshop, get yourself a nice book, which is what I did at the beginning of September. And I've been reading the book throughout September, and I already went to a park and sat down, and that's what I wrote on this plan. I said, go and read a new book outside. And, you know, I was looking at the autumn leaves, reading my new book, and I've already romanticized the process. Like, this is already things that I'm building up to, and I barely spent any money. I also have options for those who do not want to spend any money, not even £10, £5, whatever. Then we've got things like a game night with hot chocolate. You could invite some friends over, or you could just do it with your boyfriend or your best friend, or even just your family. Sit down, make some hot chocolate, and, you know, put a little cinnamon on there, put a little pumpkin spice, and have a little game night and sit down with some board games, or maybe just some games on your TV. You can also go on an autumn picnic. You could set up an outdoor cozy area one night and do some work on something that you've been wanting to do, or do something creative. You could decorate your room, which is something that I've done. Some more ideas is you could go thrifting, you could go to a market, you could do a mood board with a playlist, play a scary game on your PS4, PS5, whatever console you have. I love to do this and like make it a little mission to try and finish it throughout the season. Now, another thing you could do is go and romanticize getting yourself a nice mug, a nice candle from something like TK Maxx. Okay, next, I need you to plan at least 3 autumn recipes. Now, I know this might sound silly, maybe you're not into baking, but just even something as simple as some overnight oats, or like a little porridge where you like have some spices that you put in it, or a soup, a very simple soup that you can make. Just 3 recipes, and this will really elevate the process of romanticizing. Now, you could plan these for, you make one weekend, or you make one every certain day of the week throughout the season, whatever you want to do, but just plan at least 3 recipes. Now, there are so many easy recipes. You could go on Pinterest and type in easy autumn recipes. Like I said about memory with sound, it's the same with flavors. So you really want to create flavors that can tap into your memory, so that in the future you can remember it, and it will, you know, really enhance your memory of this time. Or you might taste it again and it will enhance the nostalgia. So don't underestimate the power of a little recipe. Okay, my final point. I feel like this video is quite long, but I wanted to go into detail for you guys. Anyway, the last point is I want you to create a watch list of shows that you want to be watching, or it could just be one show that you want to get into. Recently I started watching Gilmore Girls. It was so good. It's so cliche, but it's actually so good. Like, I literally love it. I love sitting there and watching it. So create a show watch list. It could be 1 or 2 shows, or a bunch of shows that you want to get through. A movie watch list. What you do is you separate the movie watch list into 2 sections. So one is like more Halloweeny, spooky films, and the other is more autumn films. I've got a lot of suggestions for shows, movies, you know, both autumn style and spooky kind of films, and then some more actually scary franchises. So all my recommendations are down in the guide, so make sure you download it. The link is in the description. This is completely free, guys. When I tell you I drop gems weekly on this channel, we're all about being more productive, staying consistent with our goals, and also romanticizing. And this is what this video was all about. So I want you to remember that it's not silly to romanticize your life. It's actually wonderful. It's a beautiful thing. And I'm going to be posting a lot more content about autumn because I love this season so much. So don't think that this is it. I post weekly videos all about becoming the best version of yourself. So if this sounds good, subscribe to this channel. You're missing out. Just because I'm a new channel does not mean I'm not speaking facts. Someone said I'm their favorite YouTuber, and I'm literally like, listen, we're growing this channel. We're only going to get bigger. And welcome to Waves Unleashed. And I've just unleashed some waves on you.